Sunburst baby blanket, I've used 5 colours. So 4 colours with a neutral being the cream. This is an 8-ply 100% cotton. I used a 4mm hook, and you'll need scissors and darning needle. I have got the amounts written up for you for each of the colours as well. I made 48 of these sunburst squares. The tutorial for this is number 72. So I laid the blanket out going 6 squares wide and 8 squares long. The joining method I've used is called the continuous join as you go. You will find I have a tutorial for that, which is number 28. The border is a simple shell made from 8 trebles. I'm using US terminology, of course. In between the trebles is a single crochet. And the way I've done this with this size, the border works out just perfectly. If you're going to make this border, I just want to show you a handy tip, a way that makes the trebles look that little bit better. So what I do is in the beginning, firm my yarn. Make sure my hook is sitting right on top of that stitch below. Now, keeping it tight, wrap it around your hook twice. Holding on to those loops, that's the whole name of the game really, is keeping those loops firm. Pop your hook in, pull up another loop. Now I'm still holding firm on those loops, and I've got my hook down close to all the action. Okay, I haven't got it up here like this. So firm those loops back up. Yarn over, pull through 2. Now think of it like going up the steps. You've just gone up 1 step. Now firming up your yarn again, yarn over, pull through 2. We've gone up another step. We're keeping our stitches nice and firm, yarn over, pull through 3. And that is how I get a much neater looking treble. So with the shell border, it measures 108 centimetres wide and 147 centimetres long. If you make one of these blankets and would like to share it with us, I would love it if you would put it in our community tab. Either way, happy crocheting everyone. Enjoy. Now we're up to doing borders. I just want to show you something first. We have here the 4-round Sunburst Granny square. So I've done a 5th round in the cream. Then I've used the cream colour to do the joining with the continuous join as you go method. So that's why I have 2 rows of cream here. So now we're going to do a 3rd row of cream around the whole blanket. Now I'm doing a 3rd row of the cream colour cotton. When we come up to these joins between each granny square, there's a little trick to be had. So we do our normal granny clusters until we get to the corners. You'll find there's a chain 1 corner space in each side. We're going to do 1 double crochet on the right hand side corner. Then we're going to do double crochet 2 together. So we're going to yarn over, pop your hook in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 and leave it there. Then we go over to the other corner space, yarn over, pop your hook in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now with 3 loops on your hook, you yarn over and pull through all 3. This allows the 2 sides to be kept together and keeping the same stitch count in the cluster. Now we'll do 1 more double crochet into the corner space on the left hand side. So we essentially have what looks like 4 stitches, but we only have 3 stitches along the top because we've joined these middle 2 together. Then you head off and do your normal granny clusters in each space. Now we're up to these corners again. We'll do 1 double crochet into the right hand side corner. Now we'll do our 2 double crochet together. So yarn over, hook in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, now hook into the left hand side corner, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Now we'll do a double crochet into the left hand corner. Now we'll work along with our double crochet clusters again. When I was completing the continuous join as you go round, I finished off here doing a double crochet cluster. Now this corner was already made, so I slip stitched into the top of that stitch, into the top of the next stitch, and then I skipped the next one and did a single crochet into the corner. Then I've done chain 2 and then I've begun my 3 double crochet clusters again. And here we need to finish off the very end. We've started with what resembles a double crochet and we need to add 2 more in here. So yarn over, pop your hook in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we've worked over top of those slip stitches. 1 more double crochet fitting in between those 2. And it doesn't look great at the moment, but we're going to do our invisible finish and it will look a-okay. So we're just going to snip off our yarn, pull that through, pop it on your needle, and we do a stitch underneath this loop here. Okay, you'll see you've got 1, 2 chains, but go underneath the little V that's on the top. All right, now bring that needle down through the center of the last double crochet that we made. And there it looks seamless. Now all we need to do is darn our yarn ends in on the back side and we're finished for this round. Now I'm going to do 2 more rounds of the granny clusters, 1 in peach and 1 in lavender. So I start with a different corner when I do these ending rounds, just to try and keep the blanket balanced. So we'll pop that one out of the way, make a slip knot on your hook, yarn over, and starting in the corner, we can do a full granny cluster. Okay, yarn over, hook in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And if you've done the right slip knot, you can tighten that slip knot now so you don't have that unsightly bulky bit at the end. We'll do 2 more double crochets, chain 1 and another cluster. Now we're just going to work our way around. Just a note here, we no longer have to worry about doing the double crochet 2 together. That was only for the round that is after the continuous join as you go. From now on, we just go automatically into the spaces between the clusters, and that'll work out nice and neatly too. When we come to the end of the round where the corner has been fully made, what we do is slip stitch into the top of that first double crochet, slip stitch into the top of the second, slip stitch into the top of the third. Now we do a single crochet into the corner space. Now either a chain or another single crochet stacked on top of the first one, and that's our starting stitch. So then we just need to do 2 more double crochets, chain 1 and 3 double crochets and 3. Now we're right to head off to do granny clusters in all the spaces from the round below. I've done 2 more rounds of cream after I did the colours. So essentially the border is 2 rounds of cream, 2 rounds of colour and another 2 rounds of cream. So coming to the end of this row, I have counted up each side to find that the shell stitch that I want to do is not going to be even. So instead, I'm going to do 1 more round of single crochet into every stitch. So we can start here. I've just done a slip stitch into that first double crochet. I'm going to pop my hook back in, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through. And there's our first single crochet. Working into the top of the next double crochet and the next, into the chain space, chain 1 and a single crochet back into that chain space again. Then to work into this hidden stitch. It's the little stitch that's hidden that belongs to the top of the first double crochet, so it gets tucked behind the work you do in the corner. So pull that apart a bit and there you'll see that little hidden stitch. We'll do a single crochet there. And now we're going to work around the whole blanket. And then when it comes to doing the shell border, things should be just right. Coming up to my last single crochet of the round, I then need to slip stitch into the first single crochet that was made and slip stitch our way along to the corner. We could have done this on the last row, but I didn't, and it's a-okay because it had to happen at some time. Now, working a single crochet into our chain 1 corner space. I'm going to pop another single crochet on top. So pop your hook through the single crochet below, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now a chain 1. This represents a treble stitch. We're using trebles in the shell stitches we're making for the border. So yarn over twice, pop your hook into the corner, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Yarn over twice into that corner space, pull through 2, 2 and 2. Now we're going to make 10 treble stitches and I'll see how that sits just in case we need to make 12. The ones along the side of the blanket are going to have 8 trebles in them. But we need this one in the corner to be big enough to reach around to both sides. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and I think we need 12. 11 and 12. Let's see how that goes. Yep, that's going to reach nicely now. So 12 trebles in your corners and 8 trebles along the sides. Next up, we count 3 single crochets, 1, 2 and 3, and then in the 4th one, we're going to do a single crochet. Now we're going to count 1, 2 and 3, and in the 4th stitch, start your treble stitch shell again, doing 8 trebles. Five, 6. When I do double crochet shells, I tend to do 6 of them, but because these are trebles, I'm going to do 8 trebles in each shell. So that's 7 and 8. Counting 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3, work a single crochet into the 4th. Counting 3 more single crochets, 1, 2 and 3, yarn over twice and work into that 4th single crochet. Now I'm going to do 8 trebles. That's 8, counting 3 single crochets, and then do a single crochet into the 4th. And this is what we're looking like. I like it. I think my daughter will be really happy. She really wanted a shell border. And the trebles make it just that little bit bigger, so it stands out, so it matches in with the size of the blanket and everything that's going on with that. Let's finish off this border. We have 3 more trebles to go. 1, 2 and 3, keeping them nice and firm. We're going to skip 1, 2, 3 stitches, do a single crochet into the next, and then I'm going to do an invisible finish into the top of the first treble that we made. So you can pull your yarn through, grab your darning needle, now when I do my invisible finish, I work under the top of the second stitch, okay? So I normally do that one and lay this V that we make over top of the first. But I'm finding with this cluster of trebles that this one is going to hang out, the very first one that we made. So I'm going to work under the first one in this instance. That doesn't happen very often, but in this case, I'm going to pop my needle underneath that little V of the very first one on the top, and then send it back down through the center of the single crochet. There we go, that looks beautiful. Turning your work over and darning in your yarn. Going one way, coming back the other way, trying to break through some fibres as you go. Back again. We like to change directions 3 times. Now I'm going to go around the base of all these trebles. And back again, and that yarn end is not going anywhere. There we go. Now I will darn the other one in and we're finished. This Sunburst baby blanket I made for baby Darcy was an absolute joy to create. It whipped up nice and quick, and it's turned out to be such a beautiful blanket.